Hello, my 5D frequency family. Welcome to the Spiritual Quest podcast, where we talk about 5D new human, the vibrational frequency that's changing the earth right now, one person at a time. Have you vibed in this frequency yet? Have you discovered this inner place of joy and peace and love and happiness and excitement and enthusiasm? That's the 5D new human frequency. Take a deep breath and just feel your heart pumping. Yeah, that life, that life force that flows through you, that pumps your heart, that's love and light. That's life itself. That's God force. That's God energy. That's source energy. And that energy is you. You are a piece of that source code. You are, in fact, a piece of God. You are God. Say those words. Feel that frequency. Oh, that's freaking me out. That's a frequency of knowing who you are. Trust who you are, because the one thing we can trust in this universe is in here, our own soul. We've got to find our own place of balance. And right now, the world is going crazy, 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 crazy. And you know it. You can see it everywhere around you. And there's like a massive, massive disconnection, psychosis, where people are just no longer attached to reality. They're just attached to fear. They're attached to worry. They're attached to stress. You can feel the frequencies all around you. Just watch the news reports. Watch the stuff that gets pumped out at us by the 3D matrix machine. The machine that keeps us all in our little box, in our little prison, if you will, of our limited thinking. You know, we think that we have the right course. We have the right path. We have the right ideas. Well, here's a 5D perception for you. All ideas come from source energy. They come from God. There is nothing on this planet that does not come from human beings or from nature itself. So whatever you see that's organic, our physical planet, all of nature, those are all things that were created by the source whereby which we vibrate with it. We are in that place. We are in that frequency with that source. We are that source. Like, grasp this. Discover that your heart is pumping. Who's pumping your heart? Who's pumping your heart? Who's digesting your food? Who blinks your eyes, opens and closes your eyes? Who's seeing? Who is seeing? What is it that sees? What is it that you do see? So if you open your eyes and you say, what is it that keeps you alive? Well, we breathe in oxygen. Where does that oxygen come from? Right? We live in an environment, we live in a place that's warm enough to survive, right? We have food that we have to eat to keep ourselves sustained. Who provides that food? We need water to drink. Who provides that water? Who provides the sun and the sky to keep the earth warm? Every single thing, everything that's in this universe is source, and you are that. That source energy is who you are. That's awareness. That's knowing that you are, in fact, one with that source. That's Christ consciousness. That's the new human frequency. That's knowing who you are. And what keeps you from knowing who you are? Fear. You're afraid of this. You're afraid of how powerful you are. You are powerful with love and light. That is your strength. That is your power. And that is your wealth. Because the new earth that's being created right now by new humans, we're investing our abundant wealth of love and light. We have so much love and light at our source that it's inexhaustible. You getting this? You resonating with this frequency? Your heart is the umbilical cord to source. You are connected with this massive machine. This source is you. This source is me. This source is everybody. And we as individuals get to play our little game in the matrix of life, in the simulation of life. You want to quote Scott Adams and some of his ideas, right? Plato's cave, as spirit-led Steph talked about. We live in this amazing reality as source. And boom, we get to play our own role in this world by our own conscious mind. So our mind is our avatar that allows us to interact with the world. But the source of the game, everything that's happening in the game, is you. It's inside of you as the source energy. And that's what the 5D new human vibrates with. That's what the 5D new human resonates with. That's the 5D new human frequency. It's a frequency. It's a frequency. What is that frequency? It's a frequency of fear. Is it? Yeah, there's a frequency of fear. Yeah, there's a frequency of sadness. Yes, there's a frequency of every conceivable concept, because that's all part of the world in which we live. So how do we remove ourselves from the suffering? We find where we vibe in love and light. We find where we belong in the game of life. We find where we resonate naturally and comfortably, and we live from there. We don't live our life according to what our family wants. We don't live our life according to what our political party wants, right? Or what our angry, vengeful neighbors want, right? We live in our heart of love. We live in this frequency of light and love, and we can experience that perpetually because that's part of the experience. Because as source, we are everything. So everything that's happening, every book that gets written, you can read it and you can experience it as source because you are a part of that source. Hope you're getting this. When we discover as a new human that you are in fact source energy, that source energy is what makes you alive, and that source energy is what flows through you, and that source energy is who you are. That's who you are. You are God. You are that frequency, and you get to live in the world that you create. You co-create your own reality from source, and you can create a world of bliss and happiness and joy and excitement and enthusiasm. And you do that by living from your source, by living from here and finding out what it is that you love to do. So if you love to dance, right, you don't want to join a karate league, you know? If you love to play baseball, you don't want to play basketball. If you love to, whatever it is that you love to do what you love to do, and you do it because you love to do it. And when you're doing what you love to do, you don't even think about it. You just dance. You're just living source. You're just allowing the source energy of who you are to flow right through your body and right out to the world around you. And you live in this amazing place. That's the 5D new human. Are you at 5D yet? That's what we're talking about right here, right now. This is what this podcast is about. People are just starting to come to this realization. And I know many of you are here and you guys are excited and you love and share my stuff. And I'm so grateful for that. And for those of you who are here and you think, oh my God, this guy is a kook. This guy is a nut. Does he know the world that we live in? I mean, the world is just completely falling apart. It's chaotic and it's scary how bad it is. And there's just so much abuse. Yes, yes, yes. All of those things are happening right now. And that's because the source that we are as humans, we're waking up because we're waking up for this dream that we've been in. We've been living in this beautiful dream called the 3D matrix that we've been in, which has been wonderful. We created it. We love it. We've got all our video games. We've got all our technology. We can record our videos. I can share my face out to the universe with no money. I just got to basically have an account, right? I mean, I have to have a camera to do that. But if you've got the right friends, they've already got a camera. We're walking around with one in our pocket if you have a cell phone. We can talk to a person on the other side of the earth instantaneously. Think about the advancements that we have made as source energy. Like, we are the creators. Humanity created everything that exists. And anything that was not created by a human as God's offspring, as children of God, was created by the source itself. It is the source. We are the source. We are a tree, like the same thing that makes a tree alive, the same thing that makes anything that exists in this world is the same source that flows through you. That's what we know as 5D new humans, and we vibrate in that frequency. So if you're seeing all the problems around you, that's your 5D perception. And 5D perception is showing you all the stuff that's available, all the things that are flowing through source. You get to decide where you want to vibe and have that experience. You get to vibe and have that experience. So if your experience is, I want to get out and protest, and I'm going to get out and get my needs met, and I'm going to hold those people accountable, and I'm going to make all that, and I'm going to bring this energy, this frequency to my world, that's the frequency that's going to mirror back to you. That's the frequency that you get to see. And what we're seeing right now is everyone is coming to 5D perception, which means we're seeing more, we're understanding more, because all information is available to us, right? The machine, mainstream media, the institutional academics, like, everyone has tried to control our thinking. They try to keep you in a limited thought process. Don't go outside the box. Don't you dare think outside what we tell you. Well, humanity is realizing that we're stuck in a box, and the truth is coming out. The truth is just becoming so obvious that we're seeing it fall apart right now. Or we're seeing it fall apart if we're down here because we're trying to clutch, and I'm trying to make things work. And I think if we can just get my party elected into the government, that will fix the problem, right? If I can just get my ideas incorporated into the world, that will fix the problem. There is no fixing the problem that any one individual can do. We are collectively 5D new humans. We are collectively awakening. We are collectively channeling this new source through our avatars, and we're discovering, as we look out to the world around us, we see what's happening. We see that we've been stuck in boxes. We see that everyone is stuck in a box. And if you listen to the narratives on mainstream media, especially these kids, everyone's in a box. Oh, you're a racist, or you're a, whatever the other terms are. You're a bigot. I've removed these words from my vocabulary because I don't even like to think about them. Watch the news. Fascist, racist, anti-Semite. Everyone is pointing at somebody as, oh, they're bad. Oh, they're bad. They're the bad ones. That's the problem. Well, as soon as we get rid of them, well, no, there's no getting rid of anything. Everything is here. Everything is perfect because we are source. We are living in this massive universe that has lived endlessly, and we get to play our role in it. And we're just here for a short little time. We're here for a short little time. So while you're here and you are now consciously aware that you're a 5D new human, you know that you can feel this frequency inside of you, right? You can be the one who decides which part of your world you want to focus in on. You decide which frequency you want to resonate with. You get to have the role, you get to play the role that you want in the world. How do we decide what to do? Well, first of all, we decide. Discover that you have the choice. Take a deep breath. Really, just try this. Close your eyes, you take a deep breath, and you just hold that breath. Just hold it and try to hold it, and notice that, your body is pulsing. And as you exhale with notice when you do that slowly, you'll feel this pulsing. And while you're doing that, do it one more time. And while you're exhaling, notice what you feel in your belly. Notice what you're feeling inside when you are totally concentrated on the inside to your source energy, your umbilical cord to God, to source energy. What are you feeling? What are you feeling? That's 5D new human. There's peace there. There is peace right there. There is love and light and peace because that is the source. And all the stuff that's happening around us, right, is source dancing in life, playing every role, playing every role. So what role do you want to play? Well, you have a role to play. And your purpose, what is your purpose? What is your soul, S-O-U-L purpose? Find where you feel amazing. So you'll find someone who is a fantastic dancer, and that's because they're channeling their soul. They dance because they love to dance. If you're a musician, you love to play music. If you're an athlete, you love to play sports. And that's why oftentimes one of the most difficult areas of life to make progress in is when you're competing with somebody else who is also living from spirit. They're living their dream because their dream is to be a great basketball player, right? And I don't even know the basketball players today, but whoever the great players are, they were great because they were living their purpose. They lived life in this joy because they loved playing. They loved doing that. And it wasn't work, it was fun. Some of the greatest musicians are the guys who are playing and they practice 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 and they play and they play and they practice and they do it because they love it. And if you make a decision and I say, yeah, I got this band and I got my buddy and he's in a band and they need a guitar player. Maybe I'll learn to play the guitar. Well, you can do that. You can struggle and try to figure it out. But if you're not doing that because it's channeling through you, because that's what you love to do, you're never going to be a star at that. Because the people who are dedicated to that are channeling their pure love and light and they're putting it into their guitar or they're putting it into their artwork. Right? Or they're putting it into their business plans, or they're putting it into their family. They're putting it into their communities. So where are you in love and light? Find that place. That's the 5D new human. That's what we're doing. That's the new earth. That new earth is here right now. And more people are coming to realize this. We're turning on our lights. We're waking up. We're starting to realize. You see it first by seeing all the chaos and you're worried about the chaos. The reason that you're seeing all the chaos is because you now have 5D perception. So you can see all the way across the world. You can see all the problems and it's absolutely unmanageable by me and my little thought processes, right? But when you come to 5D, you don't try to figure out anything because you don't have to, because you are source and source knows. So you just vibe in where you find your love and light and you live your life from here and you watch everything because you are source energy and you don't have to go in and fix anything because everything is happening the way it's supposed to happen. And the only thing that we get to choose as sons of God, as offspring of this source energy, right? As avatars in the game, as little egos, we get to choose what we want to do. And we get to live that way. Well, if you want to choose the thing that's going to make you the most happy, the most joyful, it's going to be you tapping into your own love and light, doing something that you love to do because you love to do it. I hope that's making some sense. Find that frequency. A lot of people who are down in the suffering, like they recognize the suffering. They recognize where they're uncomfortable. They recognize injustice. They recognize, the poisons of the world. And rather than recognizing it and saying, that's poison, I don't want to eat it, what they do is they go over and they eat it. They keep pointing out the problems in the world. They keep pointing at the negative. They keep pointing at the toxicity. They keep pointing at the pain. They keep pointing at the irritation. And our attention on those things allows them to grow and manifest in our space. When you come to 5D, you just vibe out of that stuff. You just don't go there anymore. You just don't want to be in those low vibe frequencies. So you don't consume that media. You don't have those conversations. So 5D people, we're not subscribing to 4,000 channels. You know what I mean? You're going in and you're deleting things that I just get so distracted. I want to just have a beautiful, peaceful day. And I open my internet channel, open my email, and I've got 4,000 emails. So I've got to start purging. I got to start cleaning so that I get to live in my own 5D bubble of bliss and not get distracted by all the poison that's around me. So when you see people who are suffering and they're struggling, right, and they keep pointing at the negative, they're feeding the negative, right? They keep feeding the negative. They keep feeding the stress. They keep feeding the anxiety. They keep feeding the injustice. And they feed it because they keep pointing to it and they keep magnifying it and they keep echoing it. That's the mirror loop. That's a negative mirror loop. And that's the 3D matrix, right? Well, now 5D new humans, we're mirror looping love and light. So boom, the lights are on. So everything is coming out. Everything is bright. Everything is known. There are no more secrets. The secrets are out. If you feel as if there's information that you don't know, or if there's information that you don't want to know, great, don't know it. You don't have to study something that you don't want to know, but don't argue something. Don't argue anything. Just be. Just feel your love and light and be okay with whatever's there. And you vibe in this frequency. That's the 5D new human. And what we see when we're in 5D new humans, we see the whole world falling together. Everything's coming together. The world is improving. Everything is happening in a better way. And right now we're going through some massive, massive upheavals, and we're going to change our money system. And yeah, people are going to be freaking out when things go down, and there's going to be massive change. There's going to be massive upheavals. And yeah, those things are going to happen, but you don't have to be in fear of those things. You just vibe in love and light. And as those things happen, there are plenty of people and there are plenty of source energy people and businesses and intellects and AIs that can fix this stuff for us. So don't get in their way. Don't attack everything that's trying to be made as a source. So one of the sources that 5D new humans know is our currency is our love and light. So think of it this way. We have what we call the Federal Reserve, right? Which is our pool of money. What if the Federal Reserve, what if our reserve currency was love and light? Think about that. When a baby is born, everyone invests in that baby, love and light. Everyone just fills that baby with love and light. We are biologically designed to love babies. We see a little puppy, we're in love with it. We just love new life because we know in our source, in our love and light frequency, that's me. That little baby thing is also source, which is also a piece of me. So when new babies are born, we just invest in them. We just give them love, 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 love. That's our bank account, right? We just get love. And if you happen to be the one who didn't get the love, you're the person who has been pointing out the problems, and you're the person who had suffered through those things. But by your discovering that suffering was there, and you've done the work to overcome that, you've done the work to get the healing, right? You figured out a path to get out of the frequency that you didn't like. And now you're an expert. Now you're a love and light expert on that suffering. Because that was your role. Because that was your soul purpose. SOLE or SOUL. It's your purpose. That's what your purpose is. So we find our purpose. We find our purpose where our heart feels amazing. You find the frequency of where your heart feels amazing. And you discover the frequencies that are off. And when the frequencies are off, you just turn away from them. You don't engage them. You don't fight them. You don't keep engaging them, right? Well, that's the goal. And that's what we attain when we truly come to the 5D resonance. We just vibe out of everything. And it's kind of like you discover that as source energy, you can watch it all. So when you watch the news, don't worry about the news. Because if you're worried about Donald Trump, that's because you have a programming inside of you. Or if you worry about the progressive left, overthrowing the country and illegal immigration and all this stuff, that's a side of the argument. Just vibe out of it. Just vibe out of it, because we're not going to fix it by wrestling it. We're going to fix it by vibing above it. We're just going to get out of this, and we're all just going to love one another. We're going to find this love and light frequency. That's the 5D new human, and the 5D new human is building the new earth right now. That's what we're doing. That's the 5D new human frequency. That's what this podcast is about. That's what I talk about. I hope this is making some sense, and I hope that you share some of these ideas. So one of the things that we've been working on is we create these little minute and a half little video clips, kind of like commercials for the spiritual quest, commercials for the 5D New Human. And we're going to show you one right now and let you see kind of what we've been working on. And hopefully you'll love it. Let it play. Are you a 5D New Human? Have you joined the movement? Are you moving with us, building out our 5D New Earth? Breathe in deep. It's your heart's pulsing with love and light. That's your money. How much can you invest? How much of that love and light will you invest? How much of the love and light are you motivated to share with the world? That's 5D perception. We're all donating our love and light, creating podcasts, doing videos, sharing one another's content. We're mirror looping this amazing new frequency as witnesses to the new earth revelation that's manifesting right now in front of our eyes. Are you at 5D yet? Come, join the group, join the mission, have some fun, love the light. Are you at 5D yet? You most certainly are. Peace. Well, there you have it. I hope you like that. Hope you like that. Hope you share that. Hope you find that. You can find it on my channel, Seeker Explorer on YouTube. It's also on Rumble, The Spiritual Quest. We have our Facebook page, The Spiritual Quest. We have a Substack, Seeker Explorer. We have an X. We want to connect, however we connect, right? We're in love and light. And once we come to this 5D love and light, we're kind of moving away from the old world. Where the old world is just dissolving. It's not really having much of an impact on us anymore, right? We realize that so much is chaotic and so many things are crazy, but we just vibe out of it. We just vibe out of it. And the only time we ever have to interact with life is when it comes to me. I have my cell phone. I've got to pay my bill. I've got my laptop so I can do these videos. I've got to maintain this laptop. I have an internet channel that I upload to my videos through. I have to maintain that, right? I have to eat, right? But I don't have to have, a 40-room mansion thinking that somehow if I had all those things or if I had a private jet, that then my life would be complete. One of the things we come to in 5D is you realize that happiness is who and what you are. That's the frequency that's in your belly. That's the frequency that's in your heart. That's who you are. Take that deep breath. And by the way, do this every morning and do this multiple times a day. Just take the deep breath. Just kind of close your eyes and just hold it and exhale slowly and just notice what you feel in your stomach. Stop all the thinking. Stop all the nonsense that's going on. Stop all the worry, all the freaking out. Just a deep breath. And as you exhale, just feel the pulsing in your chest and feel what you feel in your belly now. Because what you feel in your heart and in your belly, in those base root chakras of your existence, that's who you are, and you are love and light. When we start to get up here in the head and we start to figure everything out and we get the head can drive us crazy. And we've been living in the head for the 3D matrix is really us managing everything based on our own intellect. So we have, good and bad, right and wrong, left and right. Everything was a binary choice. Well, humanity is way more complex than that. And now we're in 5D and we realize, boom, we're source energy, right? And so we're not stuck in the paradigms of time. And I can't get too complicated in this podcast because this is really targeting those who are just beginning to experience this 5D perception. And yes, there are additional higher degrees of perception, right? But this is not something to be argued. We're not here to argue. We're not here to debate. We're only here to feel the frequency. So you're invited to feel this frequency wherever you can find it. And by the way, if you find it, just tell us how you find it. Make a little comment. Hopefully you like that video and create one, share ours. We're in this together. We are the 5D New Human Movement, and you are invited to be a part of this. You are invited to resonate in this frequency. And when you find your own frequency, love and light, share that. And when you find love and light in others, point to it and call that the 5D New Humans frequency. Share comments with love and light. Become a love and light 5D New Human when you interact online. Instead of the attacks and the bitter complaints and everyone, boom, just vibe out of it. Find what you love and say, I love that. This is worth mirror looping. Here, I'm mirror looping this frequency over to you. Thank you for sharing this 5D perception. What an amazing frequency. That's who we are. That's the 5D New Human. That's what we're working on. Are you at 5D yet? You know you are invited. I love you. Truly, I do. I am so grateful that you're with us. I'm so grateful that you continue to watch these things. Ask that you share it. Hope that you get on this train, this cause to help promote love and light. Because why wouldn't we? Why wouldn't we want to live in a happy, beautiful world? 5D perception, the new human. Are you at 5D yet? You are indeed. Thank you. Peace.